Hello, my little mathematicians. Today we are going to review mean, median, mode, and range, as well as the MAD value. As always, please feel free to pause the video, try it yourself, and then unpause it and come back to check, okay? And again, a refresher, the mean is kind of like the average, where you add all the numbers in the data set together and then divide by how many there are. It sure would be mean if you had to do that without a calculator. Median is the number in the middle. So if you think of like medians in the middle of the road when you're driving in your car, the median separates one lane from the rest. It's in the middle. Okay, so median's middle. Put them all in order from least to greatest and then cross off till you get the middle value. If there's more than one number in the middle, then find the average of those two numbers. Mode, I think of chocolate a la mode. I like lots and lots and lots of chocolate. So it's the one that happens the most. You want a lot of it. Range is how far does the data value range from? What's the biggest minus the smallest? Okay, and then the MAD, boy, it sure does make you mad that you have to find the mean twice within one problem. So you write down all the data values, you find the mean, then you find the distance each value is from the mean, and then you find the mean of those numbers. All right. Again, if you want to try any of these yourself, feel free to pause the video, try it, and then unpause it and come back. So the mean. First, let's add them all together. You have 45 plus 43 plus 42 plus 50 plus 44 plus 43 plus that 43 plus 44 plus 20 plus 45 divided by how many numbers there are. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers in that data set. Okay, so type all those into your calculator. Okay, hit pause, type it in. You unpaused it, you're back with us, and you got 419 for that sum. And when you divide that by 10, you get 41.9. Okay, and again, whenever you type a lot of numbers into your calculator, I strongly recommend that you type it in, write it down, and then hit clear, type it in one more time, and make sure you got that same answer. Because you would hate it if you did all that work and you just had a clumsy thumbsy moment and then missed the whole problem. Okay, so type it in twice. Okay, the median. We have to first write them all in order from least to greatest. So the smallest number I see is 20. Then 42, I think, is the next smallest. Okay, and then 43, but I see it more. Okay, 1, 2, 3 times. So 1, 2, 3 43s. I see 44 twice. So 44, 44. And then I see 2 45s. So 1, 2 45s. And finally a 50. Okay, let's just double check that I got all 10 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Okay, now that they're all in order from least to greatest, I'm going to cross off until I get that middle number. Okay, so first, last, first, last, first, last, first, last, first, last. It's between 43 and 44. What's between 43 and 44? 43.5. Okay, now if you're having a brain fart and you couldn't remember that, or it was a tougher, like not something like 43 and 44, but it was way tougher to see what the median between those two numbers were, you find the average of those two numbers it's between by adding the two numbers and then dividing by 2. So 43 and 44 make 87, and 87 divided by 2 gives you 43.5. Okay. If when you crossed off, you just got one number in the middle, well, then that's your median. I just had to find the average of those two because there wasn't just one singular number in the middle. All right, for the mode, you need to look at which one happened the most. So 43, 44, and 45 all happened more than once, but 44 and 45 only happened twice, whereas 43 happened 3 times. So only 43 is the mode. Okay, and then finally, for the range, you take the biggest amount, which was 50, minus the smallest amount, which was 20, and 50 minus 20 is 30. Okay, if you got all those right, congratulations. If you didn't try those on your own, please try to find the mean, median, mode, and range of this data set. Okay, so hit pause, try it yourself. Okay, and then unpause it. Now you're back with us. Okay, and you're going to check. So when you found the mean, you add all those numbers together. So 15, 17, 15, 17, 21, 17, 15, 23, 20, and 18. Okay, how many numbers were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers again. Double check you got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Okay, so type those all into your calculator. And when you type all those in, you should have gotten 178 divided by 10. And when you divide that, you get 17.8. Okay, so 17.8 was your mean. Your median, okay, line them all up. 15 is the smallest, but how many times do you see 15? 1, 2, 3 times. So 1, 2, 3 15s. No 16s, but 17 happened 1, 2, 3 times. 1, 2, 3 17s. Okay, 1 18, 1 20, a 21, and then a 23. Okay, double check you have all 10 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now that you have all 10 numbers, cross off till you get to the middle. First, last, first, last, first, last, first, last, first, last. It's between 17 and 17. There is nothing between 17 and 17, so it's just 17. And if you're having a brain fart and you're like, wait, what? Is it 17.5? Find the average of those. Okay. Add them together, the two numbers that it's between, divide by 2. 17 and 17 make 34. 34 divided by 2 is, oh yeah, it's 17. Okay. Mode. Which one happened the most? 15 and 17, they both happen 3 times. So there's 2 modes for this one because these happen the same number of times. Range, the biggest was 23 in that data set. And then the smallest was 15. So when you do 23 minus 15, you get 8. Okay. Now let's try to find the MAD. Okay. So for this, let's first of all write down all the data values. You have, 15, 17, 15, 17, 21, 17, 15, 23, 20, and 18 as your data values. Okay, you can use the mean. We already found it. It was 17.8. So subtract the mean of 17.8 from each of those. Now, when you subtract these, you're finding the difference, but you're finding not just the difference, but you're finding the absolute value of the difference of them, okay? So even if you get a negative number, just take the absolute value and make it positive. Okay, so 17.8 minus 15 is 2.8. I know it says 15 minus 17.8, but you're finding the absolute value of the distance. So it's a positive version. Okay, the difference between these two is 0.8. The difference between those is 2.8 again, and then 0.8. All right, 21 minus 17.8 is 3.2. That's 0.8 away from each other. That's 2.8 away from each other. 23 minus 17.8, you'd get 5.2. 20 minus 17.8 is 2.2. And 18 and 17.8 are 0.2 away from each other. So if you add all those together, you get 21.6. And then you want to find the mean of all those differences. So add them together and divide by how many there were, and that will give you the MAD. So 21.6 divided by 10 is 2.16. That's not a very big value. So that means your data set wasn't that spread far apart. Yeah, it ranged from 15 to 23. It only had a range of 8. So they're pretty close together. Now that you found the MAD for this, if you want to find the MAD for the data set in number 1, you're welcome to try. Hit pause, try it, and then unpause it when you come back. Okay, when you guys did it, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put these data values of 45, 43, 42, 50, 44, 43, 43, 44, 20, and 45, and you're going to find the difference that each of those are from your mean of 41.9. Okay, you would find the differences of each of those, then find the the mean of all of those, and you should get a MAD value of 4.38 if you were curious. Okay, that's what you would have gotten for number 1 if you found the MAD of them. All right, congratulations, my little mathematicians. You have mastered mean, median, mode, range, and even that complicated one of MAD.